KP's Kingdom, cooking with KP, and today I'm going to show you how I make my garlic squid. Now you can cook this the way I do it, or you can do it on the barbecue as well. Look, let's just get on with it. Alright, so the first thing we need is one squid tube. Now squid is relatively inexpensive as far as seafood is concerned, and look, these things grow up so fast. They really are a sustainable type of seafood. Now I've just cut that down the center through one side, and you might have a little bit of membrane in there. Just run your knife backwards along there, just like I've done, right like that. Alright, so we want this squid to be nice and tender, so I've got my nice sharp filleting knife. I'm going to hold that at an angle around about 30 to 45 degrees, and I'm going to run parallel lines, and I'm going to do it nice and fine for this particular dish. I like the real fine diamond cut that we can get on this. So just keep going, keep a straight line, just follow the line previous to that, and run it all the way through that piece of beautiful squid meat. Right, give that a turn around about 180 degrees or 90 degrees, and we're going to cut again in a crisscross manner, that same sort of angle at 90 degrees to the previous cuts that we've just done. So just keep running that through. If you want to do the math on how far you turn it, do so. Just make sure your lines are running parallel. I'm going to cut that in half just like that, and I'm going to cut these up into nice big pieces. I don't want a little calamari chunk of squid. I want a nice big piece that I put in my mouth, and this will end up being really tender because of that little scoring that we did. So just remember, you score that on the inside, not the outside. Makes it a lot easier. I'm going to put all of those pieces of meat into the bowl just like that. I'm going to fluff them up a little bit. Now I'm going to make up my marinade. So here I've got the equivalent to around about 4 cloves of garlic, but I've just used my garlic crusher. I am using fresh garlic this time, and we're going to put that straight into our little bowl there, and I'm going to add in around about 2 to 3 tablespoons, probably 1 tablespoon really, of a good quality soy sauce. Give that a good mix through, and you can already see that squid changing color as it is absorbing that beautiful soy sauce. Give that a bit of a stir through. A teaspoon of baking powder, and that's going to help tenderize the meat as well. A little trick that I have learnt. So just sprinkle that all over the top just like that. Now our next little step is a dash of some peanut oil. I'm going to use probably around about almost 1/4 of a cup, and I'm going to add in around about 1/4 to 1/3 of a cup of rice wine vinegar. Okay, they can go straight in. A good squeeze of lemon, and the vinegar and lemon is going to react with the baking powder. You could also just use straight bicarb soda if you want to, and that'll work just as great. It's got less additives to it. So squeeze those over, give them a bit of a toss around just like we're doing, like that right there. And this is going to be our marinade, and we want to make sure that those little chemicals that we've just put in there, the acid and the soda, will react. I've covered that, put that aside in a nice cool spot. Here I've got around about 2 cups worth of chicken stock, and I've got around about another 5 to 6 cloves of freshly squeezed garlic or crushed garlic, and I'm going to add in, I would say that would be about 2 tablespoons worth of good quality soy, and a good dash of peanut oil. Doesn't matter how much or how little you use, it's just going to make the sauce a little bit thicker if you use a little bit more oil. Give that a quick stir through just like that, and I'm going to add in the equivalent to around about 2.5 tablespoons worth of flour. Use a flour of your choice. I'm just using a plain flour there. We're going to dissolve that just like that. You can even use a corn flour. Actually, I'm going to take all of that back. That was corn flour, cornstarch. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to add in 3 green onions or spring onions, and we're going to just leave those sitting in the sauce. Give that a good stir through, and we can set that aside. Here I've got my wok up to a really nice high heat, and as you can see, a little bit of oil on the bottom, and we've got that smoking. Squid needs to be cooked hard and fast, alright, and that way it will stay nice and tender. Right, put that in and try not to get too much of the marinade in. We don't want it to stew, we want it to sort of fry up. Although you will have some juices come out of the pieces of squid, don't worry, we can deal with that as we cook. So stir fry those through, and as you can see, they're already starting to curl up. Now I'm going to give these one grill through to start with, just like I'm doing right there, and it's only going to take you, I don't know, maybe a couple of minutes maximum. It doesn't take very long at all in a good hot wok. And we're not going to cook them all the way through, we're just going to make sure we've got a good bit of starting cooking procedure happening. Now as you can see, some of those juices and some of that marinade has ended up in the wok. The wok is cooling down, don't worry. Here's a little trick for you. I'm going to take that out and put that aside in a second, and we can just cook off what is in the bottom of that wok. Now I'm actually cooking two recipes tonight using the same wok and the same ingredients, except for I'm doing this one with squid. Mrs. KP doesn't like squid, so I have to make her happy. Alright, we've done that off camera. The wok is really nice and hot and dry now. We can put our squid straight back in and get a real nice toastage on that beautiful diamond cut that we just did at the beginning of this recipe. Just give those a bit of a stir through, and as you can see, they're starting to colour up already. Look at that. That's exactly what we want. And if you haven't tried doing your own garlic squid before, wow, you don't know what you're missing. It really does taste great, and I really work hard in trying to get exactly the same sort of flavours as you would do at your local Chinese restaurant or takeaway. Right, as you can see, that's really smoking now. It's exactly what we want. I've got a little bit of leftover juices from the squid and marinade. I'm just going to add that in for starters and let that all sort of thicken up a little bit, and just give those little pieces of squid a little bit of a coating. Alright, I think we're getting pretty close. I'm going to take those out and set those aside. They're done. I'm going to put those in a nice warm spot so we can get ready to make our sauce, and that is the easiest part of all of this recipe. Put all of those ingredients that we just had in that jug, put that straight into the wok, crank it up, and just let it simmer down, thicken, reduce, and we'll end up with a really nice garlic sauce for our squid. Put down some white rice, just like that. We're going to add our squid over the top, and this was so tender and so tasty. Your friends might not appreciate you talking to them the next day with the amount of garlic, especially being a fresh garlic, but who cares, as long as it tastes good. Spoon over a little bit of your sauce, thickened up, just like that. And this takes me back to when I was a kid and used to go to Chinese restaurants with my parents, and very, very simple, very inexpensive to do. This whole dish probably cost us around about $8 to make. Alright, I'm just going to add some finely julienned spring onion or scallion straight over the top, and there you go, you've got KP's garlic squid. Thank you so much for watching this video, really do appreciate it, and if you like this video, hit that like button, gives me confidence, should make you feel warm and fuzzy too. Hey, leave a comment, I love reading, love responding to them. Share this video with all your friends on all platforms of social media, and don't forget to hit that notifications bell so you'll be notified every time a new video goes up. In the meantime, if you want to learn how to cook up a really cool classic Asian takeaway dish or restaurant dish just like this, well, you need to come and join the family, my family. Hit the subscribe button, you'll never miss another one of my videos again. I'll put my garlic squid, and I will catch you next time. Bye!